It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. I think we often interact with young minds like you all, but today is a very special occasion. And my promise is that I'm not going to stand more than 4-5 minutes between you and Chris. So that's what I want to do. My purpose of being here right now in front of you is to just give you a little bit of the India context before Chris speaks to you about our global thought, vision, and the journey. So let me just share with you a little bit in terms of what are we. So we are an organization which is into growing technology and provide energy and automation digital solutions for efficiency and sustainability. We will talk a lot about it today. And with this as what we do, I want to just tell you how are we present in India. So we are 35,000 plus employees in India, and that makes us the largest by talent pool anywhere in any country of Schneider Electric. So India is largest population of employees. We are by business activity number 3 in Schneider globally after US and China. And what is very key to what we are doing today is that 5,600 of these employees are directly working on technology and software. So there are R&D employees, people working on the topmost layer of our IoT platform, they're working on IT, that's what they're doing. 30 plus factories, I think in 22-23, we will add few more. 500 cities we are present in, and 30 plus export locations. And you see at the top, global hub. So I want to just take a minute and tell you that Schneider works through multi-hub model, and there are 4 global hubs within Schneider. There's US, there's China, there's Europe, and then there's India. So we are one of those 4 hubs, and we are hub for innovation, for manufacturing, and for talent. And talent is very evident out there, right? So we're also very happy to be contributing to all the key initiatives of the government of India. Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, Smart Cities, Swachh Bharat, you see all of them. So our purpose, our work, our contribution is very, very directly linked to all these initiatives. We also have, and I want to just take a minute and tell you, so since we are a global hub, we have grown in just 2021, 6-7 of these global hubs in India. We've grown an artificial intelligence hub, which caters to the globally to Schneider Electric. We have a cybersecurity hub in India. We have a data analytics hub, global engineering center, Chris' own team, global marketing hub out here. So we have a whole lot of hubs that we've created, which are catering to India. So our principle is India for India and India for globe. And that's what we do. And India for India talent and India for globe. So what it does is, to our employees, it provides careers for India, careers, global careers sitting in India, and of course, the usual one that you can go to another geography and have your career is always open. Then we have strong contribution on social development and CSR through our electrician programs, our teachers' missions, and a whole lot that we do in that sphere from India and globally also. So that is one thing, which means careers of employees become extremely interesting. And I'll just in the next slide share with you one of those disruptive things that we do. So great people make Schneider Electric a great company is our people vision. We think people are at the core of everything that we do. And our employee value proposition of meaningful, inclusive, and empowered. So we believe that with sustainability at the core of a purpose, our employees get to work on missions which really contribute to the world. They also can choose things that they want to do out of the contribution to the world that they can do. And we really think all this work, this meaningful work, is something that they're empowered to look at. We also believe that for our employees, for any employee, there is an equal opportunity for everywhere, for everybody. which means that we really value differences. We want people to have their unique attributes which are really valued, and they should have the same chance of success, whether they work out of one location or they are of a particular gender or particular generation or of a particular thought process or industry. It doesn't matter. And because people are different, we think it contributes to the innovation of the organization. Empowerment is, of course, very important because we believe that people, when they get the freedom, innovate very well, and that contributes to what we are doing. Very quickly, I will also share with you about what our values are. They're pretty self-explanatory. Customer always first. Dare to disrupt is probably a different sounding value that you would see, but we really believe that we need to really experiment, fail fast, learn fast. In fact, fail, I call, is our first attempt in learning. So that's how we want to look at it. Embracing different, I talked to you about. Learning agility is very, very important to us. And everybody works from an entrepreneurial heart because you're completely responsible for actions, decisions, and results that you produce. So that's a little bit about our values. I want to just share with you some of our practices, people practices. We've got often recognized for them as progressive practices. So OTM, I just talked to you about Dare to Disrupt. Open Talent Market is a most disruptive AI platform which allows employees across the world to have their resume there, all the global jobs to be there, and then it matches and keeps throwing up opportunities at you. You can do global projects, you can do global mentorships, and what it does is we've been disruptive in the way that we've changed the ground rule. You don't go and take permission from anybody to apply. You don't have to have a minimum tenure to apply. This is how careers are evolving for our employees locally and globally. Our leadership programs are something that people learn from local and global programs. I think in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion, to which we have a very, very strong commitment, we have been in India almost gender pay equitable for a long time. We have to keep a track of it. We, of course, have policies of all kinds which take care of parental, maternity, paternity, adoption, surrogacy, whatever you have. We have policies also which way before the legal articles changed allowed you to have same-sex partners covered in the medical. You had, gender reassignment, etc. being done. Flexibility and well-being is again very, very important to us, and this didn't get ushered in this pandemic mode. Since 2015, we've been very flexible with our work options in India, and now we are a permanent hybrid working company. So we choose, people choose, of course there's a pattern through which they choose, but all kinds of other flexibility goes with it. And well-being of employees is another strong focus area for all of us, which is around physical, mental, emotional, social, and financial well-being. And the last bit, which is around learning, is all about future skills, digital skills, and of course to do with work. So that is something that we have in terms of our practices. This is just a quick snapshot. And we've often been recognized in India and outside. So some of the best employer awards that you see, Concentric, Aeon, etc. Catalyst is an award that Schneider Electric globally received for the practices in India. Zenov is a technology employer award, and largely we've been awarded or recognized for our DI practices, well-being practices, about growing leaders from within for local and global jobs, and for technology that we've used for engagement of employees. So I thought before we really go over and understand about Schneider as a global organization, I would give you a quick glimpse of what are we in India. So thank you very much. And with that, over to Chris.
Thank you. Good evening. Come on. It's a Saturday evening and you're all very young. Good evening. Good evening. Much better. Let's try one more time with a bit more energy. Good evening. Good evening. That's so much better. So good to see everybody today. And thank you for taking your Saturday, I've lost track of days, your Saturday evening out to join me, to join Schneider Electric, all my colleagues here that's spending Saturday evening with you. I know you probably have got better things to do, but then again, with the weather outside, this could be a captured audience for me. So thank you for spending the afternoon. So my name is Chris Leong, and I'm the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of Schneider Electric. I joined Schneider about 10 years and 9 months ago. So time really, really flies. And I remember that the first market I visited when I joined Schneider is India, in fact. So India gave me the first learning of what is Schneider Electric. And 10.5 years later, I'm here looking at the next generation of leaders in front of me. That is very exciting. So maybe before I start, quick poll. Okay, you have to be honest. How many of you have heard of Schneider Electric? Really? Serious? Oh, because you have to read about it before I came on who is speaking to you? Okay, just be honest. Before this talking engagement of having to read who is coming to speak, have you heard of Schneider Electric before? Okay. Okay, be careful because we're going around to do a pause afterwards on what is Schneider Electric then. Let's just run a short video. I don't know whether, can I do that? Or, okay.
The world is full of people telling you who to believe they are. Well, we thought we'd tell you who we're not. Let's start here. We're not in shipping. We don't make lifts. Seriously, no lifts. We do this. We're good at this. And we make all of these. And even though you'll find us here and here, we don't make energy. We make you save it. And you'll be saving the environment too. Are we an internet company? Well, we connect and power just about everything around you, helping machines talk to each other and to you, making your world more personal. We're seeking out the big questions and answering them honestly. Like, how can we make the most of our energy and resources? Or can we make access to energy and digital basic human rights? We're real people, employees, developers, partners, investors, and inventors, all passionate about doing what's right. We're open. Humans of all sorts from all over, learning from each other and about each other. We're not here to save the world. It'll go on with or without us. We're here to be your digital partner for sustainability and efficiency, to ensure life is on everywhere, for everyone, at every moment.
Okay, so if you were not sure what it is, hopefully now that's better. And Rachna earlier given you a little bit of introduction about Schneider in India. This gives you a little bit of glance, a quick glance of Schneider around the world. We are about 29 billion euro turnover company. We are present in over 100 countries with over 128,000 employees. And as we said, as Rachna have shared, we believe in being the most local of any global company. So our employees are literally situated all over the world. So India is our third biggest market, as Rachna have said. And we have all the facilities here. The full, what I would say, the value chain, all the way from R&D to manufacturing to sales and marketing, and a lot of global functions is also based here thanks to the support of India. So why do we wake up in the morning? Why does anybody wake up in the morning in Schneider to go to work? Because we believe we want to empower all to make the most of energy and resources, because we believe bridging progress and sustainability for all is a possibility, and we call it Life is On. Right? Bridging progress and driving sustainability is not two parallel universes. They are not binary. They are one and the same thing that can be achieved thanks to technology, thanks to a lot of innovation. Then the question is, are we adapting that quick enough? There is two major disruptions that's happening that we could turn all these into huge opportunity. Let's talk about digital and let's talk about electric. Digital. How many of you uses WhatsApp? Everybody. How many of you binge watching on your phone? On Disney Hotstar. How many of you use e-commerce? All of you. Okay. By the way, you are what we call the digital native. I am a digital migrant. So I'm still learning a lot of parts of digital. So a lot of times we have to learn from you. So the truth is that the first generation of digitization is about people to people. So it's people to services. So that's when you are calling each other. That's when you are consuming media. That's when you are texting or WhatsApp. You're sharing videos. You're doing a lot of things. It's about people to people mainly, people to services. Wave 2 of digitization is about people to machine, machine to machine, machine to system, systems to the cloud. It's all about Internet of Things, powering the things surrounding us, the building that you are in, the streets and the infrastructure, airports, railway stations. You talk about electric vehicle, you talk about self-driving cars. You talk about electric vehicle, let's talk about electric building in driving sustainability as well. So when you talk about all that, you require mega data processing power. So we're talking about 3x of IoT moving forward. We're talking about 5x of big data and 6x of AI. So a lot of work. And you are in a business school. AI is of no use unless it can be translated into economic value. Economic value for an enterprise, economic value for the society, economic value for a nation, whether it is in pharma, in solving biomedical issues, or in solving infrastructure, sustainability issues. So there is a lot. Digital disrupts efficiency and sustainability. When we talk about electric builds a green future. Why? Because our energy consumption is going to double. And guess what? Carbon emission is going to double. But if we want to hold on to COP21 2015, 1.5 degrees climate change promise, which, by the way, the latest IPCC declared we have code red on humanity because we're far away from reaching the target, okay? We need to electrify all sorts of energy because electrification is the only source of decarbonization for energy usage. So, business school, you do math. If we have to halve the carbon emission, but we're going to double the amount of energy used because we want progress, we do not want anybody to go back to cave ages. So we have to be 4 times as efficient in doing everything. Good news, you have decentralized microgrid, right? Because once upon a time, energy is about one way. You generate, it flows through, it goes down. But now you can have solar roof, it can be completely decentralized. And you can, in fact, sell back your excess energy back to the grid. Thanks to digital, thanks to electrification. So electric vehicle is growing. India, your renewable is now at 40% capacity. And with the ambition to go net zero, this is only going to go places. So a net zero world is definitely within reach because there is 2 sides to the equation. One side is about supply, which is about renewables. The other side is about demand, which is about energy efficiency solution. So in the building in your school, in building in your house, in the building when you go for entertainment, in the cinema, in hotels, in the airports, energy efficiency solution today can help cut minimum 30 to 70% of energy. Renewable will take time to achieve full penetration. To give you an example, we have just developed the latest R&D center, huge one, in Grenoble, which is in France. And the lab is called Intensity. Guess how much electricity are we using in the size of, let's say, a similar setup in Europe compared to the rest of Europe? We're using 10%. It's 90% more efficient than the average same-size building in Europe. So imagine if we replicate that to every building in the city, in the country, around the world. What kind of saving can we have? That is what we mean by progress and sustainability can be achieved together. The world is getting more urbanized, more so in India than anywhere else in the world. You can identify with that, right? Because you still have over 60% of population that is in rural area. And as progress, they become urbanized. Urbanized, you need school, you need food, you need manufacturing, you need infrastructure, you need many things. And all this needs energy. So remember, sustainability, climate change can be solved in energy in two ways, two sides of the coin. One is supply, which is renewables that we have to adopt quicker. And then the second side is demand, which is energy efficiency solutions. So, what is unique about Schneider? When we say we want to ensure life is on for everyone, many, many companies are in CSR, and they are doing sustainability, they're doing corporate responsibility. We have been doing sustainability efforts for the last 15 years. And every 3 years, we set targets for ourselves. And if we don't achieve those targets, the whole company do not get bonus. You walk the talk. We impose that on ourselves. What is the reduction of carbon emission we want to do? What is the zero landfill we wanted to achieve? So as a company, because we have 128,000 employees, we're in over 100 countries, we want to be practitioner. But what is unique about Schneider, we are also in the business of selling sustainability technology solutions. We are a technology company providing sustainability solutions, software, hardware, many systems, to data centers, to grid, to many places. Now, if we are not a practitioner, we have no legitimacy to be an enterprise to sell the solution. So you have always got to walk the talk. So when we talk about our own sustainability commitment, it gives you an idea. This is our latest commitment. It goes way beyond just climate. You can see here climate, resources, trust, equal generations, and being local. And I think Rachna has covered some of the examples of that. Just to give you an idea of all the plastics, because we use plastics to wrap our products, etc. Every year, if we collect all of them together, it can make 2 Eiffel Towers. Eiffel Tower, yes? In Paris, it can make 2 Eiffel Towers. So all our plastics, we now have 0 virgin plastic. They're all recycled. Okay? If you think about all the packaging of the boxes, of all the equipments that we do, you know, the ink, because you need to print what is the product and what's the standard and everything, all the ink is organic, non-chemical. It's from vegetables. So it's non-toxic. So when people are recycling them and all that, there is no hazardous material. We now have 0 landfill, right, from cradle to grave. In terms of, we talk about our own product. For those of you who may have some engineering background like you do, all right, medium voltage for the longest time, the best conductor of energy and all that is SF6, sulfur fluoride gas. It is much more potent than CO2. We innovate and replace SF6 with air. All our competition replace it with a different kind of gas. We replace it with air. And not only do we come out with the product called AirSet, you can check it out, we are committed in the coming years to replace our install base together with our customers with the AirSet so that we can remove end of life of SF6 material that is toxic to the world. Enterprise has a responsibility to the society and to the environment that we live in. I'm talking to the future leaders and future CEOs of big companies. It is for you to decide what kind of decision you make in your strategy. And just to be clear, Schneider is a for-profit organization. We're not an NGO. My point is, you can make very tough cost-saving decisions that are also good for the planet. You just need to think harder and work harder with the conviction. We're also in the business of sustainability. Do you know that every year we procure over 30 billion energy on behalf of our customers, balancing their renewable mix peak versus non-peak period, etc. We are committed to removing 800 million tons of CO2 from our customers' premise in the coming years. Remember, if we don't achieve this, Rashna doesn't get bonus, I don't get bonus, none of my Schneider colleague is going to get any bonus around the world. We need to walk the talk and make it work. All right? So, how many of you have heard of Green Yoda? Now I have some honest people in the room. Rajat, we have some work to do. Right. So, Green Yoda, we talk about being a sustainable company. But as a company, you cannot do anything by yourself. You need to collaborate. You need to partner. You need to rally the masses. You are in marketing. One of the most powerful things that marketeers have in your hands, in your pocket, is the capacity to frame and to articulate a purposeful brand that can move the hearts and the minds of every consumer. Here, when we talk about driving sustainability, we know that there's a warrior, there's a Yoda in each and every one of you, in all the communities in India. And we are inviting you to join a good fight, to join us in the rally as an individual, right? As future business leaders, when you join your company, to challenge the policies in the companies that you join, all the startups that you're going to do. How are you going to contribute to be a Green Yoda? Now, we're very lucky. We have got many, many companies joining us, Pepsi, the Rajasthan IPL. How many cricket fans? This will be everybody, no? Okay. So, do you know how much carbon emission for each IPL game, cricket game? 10,000 CO2. So we work with the Rajasthan team. For every cricket game, we're going to make it carbon neutral by planting 17,000 trees. Did we wake up in the morning, somebody put a gun to our head to do? No. Because we said, this is our mission. So our India team translates what this mission means to India. What does this mean to the population and to people like you, in which how we can do this. So we're very, very proud of all the people that have joined us in this crusade. And the journey continues. Here, we are also very, very, very happy with a lot of, I would encourage you to check out Green Yoda, to search for it, to go our website, and see what you learn about it and how you can contribute and join the crusade together with us. Okay? My eyes is not getting very good. Let me see. This is very good. This is Jao Jopal. Yes. Uttar Pradesh, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Uttar Pradesh, the water department, has a mission, Uttar Pradesh Jal Jeevan has a mission to give accessible clean water to its entire population, 220 million people in the state. This means covering 6,100 villages and reaching all the consumers and in all the places. Now, believe it or not, I come from Malaysia. I grew up without running water and electricity, so I can identify with that. Okay? And we are very proud. As a business, we're able to provide solution and technology that would help this mission come to life. Because it's not wish and then it happened. You use technology implementation to standardize the data, to have geolocation, to be able to distribute, to be able to organize, and help them achieve this project in a much more efficient, time-saving manner, in much more higher integrity. Okay? So, we're very happy with that. So, we are working in many industries, including buildings, data centers. So the next time when you're doing e-commerce, when you're buying something from Flipkart, when you're watching something from Disney Plus, and when you are on WhatsApp, there need to be a data center for you to enjoy all that. Schneider Electric powers 1 in 2 data centers in the world. So we are the brand, we're the world's largest invisible brand that works behind the scene. A lot of times it's in the basement, it's behind the wall. But thanks to that, you are able to enjoy what you're doing. Okay? So we're very proud of that. So I'm a marketeer, so I need to talk a little bit about marketing. How many of you are majoring in marketing? Or you haven't declared or haven't chosen? Okay, so today I'm recruiting marketeers. I'm convincing them to go into marketing. So you have a powerful hand with you. As marketeers, your job is to meet unmet needs of customers. Your job is to define the market. If you do your job right, you will create a very happy CFO because the brand commands price premium for much higher margin. If you do your job right, you'll make very happy salespeople because your customers are queuing literally around the block and the phone won't stop demanding for the brand and the product because you're doing demand generation. If marketeers is doing your job right, you will make the CHRO very happy, very, very happy because people are queuing around the block to say they want to join the company. Because everybody wants to join a purposeful company. And as a marketeer, your job is to deliver business impact. And in a business, you need talent, you need infrastructure, you need the brand. A brand that moves the heart and the mind, and the wallet will come as a consequence. That's the power of marketing. And as marketeers, you have a job to also develop brands that can do beyond the enterprise. No enterprise can be functioning in today's world without contributing back to the society and the community that you work in. It doesn't matter if you choose to work for an NGO, or you choose to work for a for-profit, or you choose to work for the public sector for that matter. It is in your hands because you can affect policies, you can affect, you can define it with communication, you can provide the clarity and the purpose so that people are inspired to join the good fight. And to that, that's why India team has translated our sustainability mission into Green Yoda that is more meaningful to India consumers and customers. I will leave you with this. And I want to TM that at some stage. So, you don't need permission to be part of the solution. What does that mean? When you have an idea, when you see an issue, when you see a challenge, who are you waiting to give you permission to bring the solution to the forefront? Why are you waiting for somebody to invite you to provide the solution? You don't need to do that. You are the generation that are empowered. You do not need permission to be part of the solution. Bring the solution. And remember, if you observe an issue and you're quiet, silence is complicit. So think about that the next time. Are you bringing to the solution? And I think Rachna has covered this. We are first and foremost a people company. And we're very proud of all the partnership that we're doing with all our partners around the world. We have over millions of partners, electricians, installers, all over the world. I think Rachna has covered this. And I hope I have also brought to life when we talk about meaningful, what does that mean? And Rachna has given a lot of examples of inclusive and empowered. All right? And equally, just like in India, because we are a local company here, and just like global, we are very, very honored to be getting the recognition across the board. Okay? And we want to continue to partner with universities all around the world, including with MDI. And by the way, congratulations on your 5 years anniversary. Okay? And there are many programs. And I think my colleagues in India team will be able to give you even more information about all the programs we have that you can join, internship, graduate programs, etc. And there is one that I wanted to ask. Have you heard of Go Green? How many of you have heard of Go Green? So Go Green is now more than 10 years. We've been running all around the world. We have tens of thousands of young people like you that propose innovation ideas, business ideas to solve the world's sustainability issue. And the winners go to pitch in France, and we finance the winner's solution to be productized. So we invite you to participate if you have got great ideas. With that, I will share with you one physical example of how we bring about sustainability solution to one of the brands that I think everybody is probably familiar with.
In India, the entire family comes for the purchase of jewelry for a wedding. They'll be deciding the jewelry and the type of designs for each and every event. And this purchase can go to a full day of selection, satisfying all the family members. If there is any failure of IT infrastructure, then there could be a major customer dissatisfaction. We wanted to modernize the whole infrastructure in our Tanishq retail stores. We used to have servers separately housed in a room with a separate air conditioning. This occupies costly retail space. Also the energy consumption due to air conditioning. That is the reason we engaged with Schneider Electric and our service partner, Future Business Tech. We moved into the Schneider solution, EcoStruxure micro data center, completely integrated rack, and the connectivity is much better. Schneider integrated rack is aesthetically beautiful, and it has so many other benefits like space saving and energy saving. I expect at least 10 to 15% energy savings in the next 2 years. With the cloud-based EcoStruxure software, our team is able to monitor the infrastructure remotely, and also it gives alarms in advance so that necessary preventive and predictive maintenance can be taken up. I hope this is offline, correct? We found a true partner to ensure 100% uptime. The jewelry customers always expect a smooth experience at the stores. We are able to make sure that customer experience is never compromised.
So our job is to make sure that we enable our customers, like Tanishq, to serve their customers better. So whether it's Marriott all around the world, whether it's Tanishq, a local, very famous jewelry retailer, that's what we do.